The boy CJ here to do another video. Today's video is that we should think before we act out. Think before you act out. Because a lot of times we don't think before we act out. We end up doing something that we're going to regret. And sometimes it's too late to call back what you are, what you just said and what you done. Because our word is strong. Our word is, the Bible said our word got life and death in it. And you don't want to mistreat anyone. Never mistreat anyone. And sometimes we can get big and we think we better than somebody else, but at the same time you make a decision to hurt someone, and then you put more pressure on yourself. You put more pressure on yourself when you do that. So don't be too quick to jump without thinking, without and like I said again, think before you act out, because it could cause a major problem for you and a hardship for somebody else. And you don't want to mistreat no one at any given time, and always treat others at the way you want to be treated, because it will come around. It's going to come around back to you, whether you like it or not, because this is the word of the Almighty, and nothing that the word Almighty say to you or in His word that will not happen. It's going to happen. Don't think you can go and ask somebody to forgive you for what you did to them, but but it still come back around to you. Because even though you ask somebody to forgive you, you have to know that your word have been spoken, and your word is something that you have to be very careful how you speak out, how you act out. You have to, it's the old folks say, bridle your tongue, because once the word out, it out. So once it's out, then the consequences are going to automatically take place. Whether even if a person say they forgive you, you still have to suffer the consequences for saying what you're saying. Don't think now time that because you ask a person to forgive you that it's all said and done. No, it's not all said and done. It's only said and done when you have paid the price for it to be said and done, the price that God has put in place for it to be done. I don't know how many times people did some stuff and say I'm sorry, but yet still they thinking that they thinking because they say they sorry that, and you ask you to forgive them, that it's all over. Yes, it might be all over for you and that person, but it's not finished with God until it's finished, because that's what we have to do. So that's why I say think before you act, because you don't want to mistreat anyone. I know people that mistreat someone and for no as per a reason, don't want to listen. Wife don't want to listen to the husband, but the wife always have to be in control or in charge of the situation, thinking that she knows everything, but she really don't. Whenever you get a wife and a husband together, God put that man in charge of you for a reason. For a reason. And the reason is to benefit the whole marriage. But when you too busy thinking that you better than your husband, or you have someone on your husband that you mistreat your husband for any reason, it's not of God. So you can stop playing with God, thinking that because you doing God work, that God going to not follow through His commandment, His word with you, because you're thinking that you're doing God a favor. We're not doing God a favor. God doing us a favor. So when God put a man in your life, He doing it for a reason. And if you don't listen to that man, then you can't listen to God, because God Himself is a He. He may not be in the flesh, but He is or he, because he tell you his son. It's no way he can have. If he was a woman, well, his son. He said, "My son," and he goes on to say, uh, "God is definitely, I believe, is a male. I don't think God put a man, created man in His own image, and a man is supposed to represent God, but you, for some reason, why thinking that God meant for you to be in charge. No. A lot of people have failed. A lot of people have got in situations that they didn't want to be in because they refuse to listen to their husband. God does not deal with boyfriend and girlfriend. God does not deal with oh that kind of stuff. God resents that kind of stuff because boyfriend and girlfriend fornicate, and God doesn't like fornicate. He don't like it. But when you are married, it's different. When you are married, listen to your husband. Listen to your husband because God given him some stuff to tell you to to help give you direction. But if you too big to take direction from your husband, well, you're not going to take direction from God. It's just not going to happen. You might think you can do it, but you won't be able to do it because, like I say, God give direction to the man to tell you, to give to you. And if he a good man, we know God definitely give him some input on the whole situation that y'all going through. And you gotta need to bow down, take heed to it, listen to what God's speaking to your husband, and do what your husband tell you because God is not going to go over the man he put in your life. He's not going to do it. He's not going to put a man he's not going to step over the man to go directly to you, and he's not going to allow you to go directly to him or your husband. He's not going to do it because the Bible teaches us that man is over woman, Jesus Christ is over man, God over Jesus Christ, and that's the way the thing has to flow. It's not going to go no order come wait. God never going to change the order how He had did it. He's not going to change it. Not for you, not for me, not for anybody. So when the opportunity comes for you to listen to your husband, sit down and you guys should come to a conclusion of what it of how it should be done. It's bad when a man and a woman can't sit down and talk about something that important at that because the woman wants to see it her way. She wants to think that God is speaking directly to her and not the man and teaching her to tell the man what to do and all that kind of stuff. God not dealing with that. So you cannot go, like I said before, you cannot go to God without obeying your. I mean, you can go to Him, but if you don't obey your husband, it's like God is not hearing you because it's a consequence that we have to pay for not listening to our husband. Especially if you got a good one. You got one that trying to do the right thing and he good by you. Why would you not treat him good? Why would you not treat him fair? Why would you not listen to what he is saying to you because he's no and but when you're thinking that you know better than him or you smarter than him, and then because you never know you already know that you're not smarter than God, but you're smarter than the man that you are with, but you're willing to listen to God, but you're not willing to listen to the man that you are with. How could that be? Just because people go to just because pastors who got education, who got college degrees, go out and do all these good things in the church, that's good. It's good. But when God take place of a man, The man don't need to have no education. The man don't need to have no college degree for God to work with him. That's the more signs showing that God is working with him because he don't have all the the background that one that you think is got all this big word and all that big stuff to say that God, when God deals with you without all that. God don't need a man who got education, who's smart, who intelligent, who is learned the way of the world, but yet he might be a pastor, or yet she might be a pastor. But God doesn't deal with God. He deal with them, but his calling is to people who are more different from those people that they thinking that God is dealing with them because of what they have, because of what they got, their education. They think that God acknowledged that, God looked at that. No, God looked at the heart of a person. So when you hurt a person, when you think out against a person, you're hurting that person, and God is all against you hurting somebody. You can how you see it. You can say what you want to say. I don't care. I'm just telling you what I know. God doesn't appreciate it. So at the same token, treat people the way you want to be treated, and everything will be pretty good in your life. Bet you can't mistreat a man for no reason that expect you to be in God's favor because that is not going to happen. Things might still happen for you to make you think that it's God's favor, but it's most likely if you follow the word of the Bible, it's not God's favor. Just because you get blessing, people think because they get blessing, everything all the blessing come from God. All the real blessing come from God. But a lot of this fake stuff come from the devil, and to make you think that it coming from God, set you up, or you continue to do what God don't want you to do, because now you're thinking that, oh, I might be doing something right because God show me a favor. No, no. Think about it. Think about it. I know people that thinking because everybody thinking that because it's a favor, God only give favor. No, Satan give favor. Satan, when people sell their soul to Satan, what he had to do something to make them think that it's God. And a lot of people think that it's God when it's not. But and especially those who go to church, especially those who read the Bible, they need to know exactly what God stands for, what God would allow, and what God is against. And He is really against us mistreating anyone. So with that, I'm gonna shut the video down, and may God bless you and your family, keep you guys safe. And till then, I will get back with you on another, if God willing, I will get back with you on another video later. Out.